Hey VC, back for a mail update. I did one yesterday, and I got a big box today from Rock'n'Roll, and an album that I've been wanting finally came today, and we'll open that up first. This comes from Movie Mars, which I buy a lot from him. So it came today. We'll open her up. It's been a while since this band put out something. This was actually released last year. Had I gotten it earlier, it probably would have made my top 25 list. And I don't see too many BC members show of this band, but I picked up the latest Storm Warrior, Norseman. If you like Halloween, you're gonna love Storm Warrior. Kaya Hansen of Gamma Ray came across this band from Sweden and started to work with them and forge their music. Definitely, it is power metal. Just some great European power metal. This is released on Massacre. This one is limited to 150 blue vinyl. It has, it says limited 150, but on the back side here it has 500, and then what they wrote in was 634. So it must have been 500 black and then 150 blue. I'm guessing, but love this band. I do believe this is probably maybe the first one they put out on vinyl. I'm not positive, but it could be. But I've got mostly all their stuff, of course. Got to have this is where I came across, was this album here. Of course, they always have that theme there. But yeah. Storm Warrior from 2019 on Massacre Records. Background, we're playing the Donna's Gold Medal, and here's a box from Rock'n'Roll. It's between Rock'n'Roll and Shadow Kingdom as far as the labels that I buy a lot from. Lately it's been mostly Rock'n'Roll. So you got to jump on these. These are all albums that go instantly. If you're not on it right away, you're going to miss out. And who knows if they'll be restocked. Sometimes they are, and sometimes they're not. So you should have should have 6 albums in there. It feels like 6, so. Yes. Most of these are boots, but I buy a lot of this stuff. Usually it goes quickly, and it doesn't hardly ever get restocked. Once in a while it does. But first up, and these could vary in price, anywhere from 25 to 35. It depends on how he prices them. But anyway, I picked up Judas Priest, and this is Mother Son, a collection of rare live and studio recordings, 73 to 78. Look at the picture on there. Definitely doesn't look like the 80s Judas Priest, but very raw. This is put out by Verny Records out of France. Verny Records puts out a lot of this stuff, and the side one has White Heat, Red Hot, Victim of Changes, Beyond the Realms of Death, Starbreaker, All tracks on side 1 recorded live at the BBC studio. Side 2 has Mother Son, Rockarola, Dreamer, Deceiver, and Whiskey Woman. So, of course, the lineup, of course, has Halford, Downing, Ian Hill, Glenn Tipton, 2 different drummers, John Hirsch and Alan Moore on drums. It also has, on side 2, that's who the drummers are, and then on side 1 it has Les Binks on drums. Of course, it is black vinyl. These are all quality boots too. I mean, it's not like somebody out in the crowd recorded them on a cassette recorder or whatever, and then decided to put them out on vinyl. As you know, some of them are very horrible sounding. From all of these that I have heard and have, the sound quality is actually very good. It could be from soundboard recordings mostly, but I would venture to say that most of these of what I have are soundboard recordings. So anyway, first one up is Judas Priest, Mother Son, rare live recordings. There's one, I think, one behind me that is, yeah, see this Hawkwind here is a boot too, and that's all soundboard recordings. Up to number 2 here. Let's see here. Oh, you got this in here. Oh, there it is. Okay. Number 2 is yes, Free in Concert, 1970. Classic lineup. Of course, this is a double album, but just a single cover, which kind of sucks, but it is what it is. Side 1 was recorded live at Sunderland on January 7th, 1970. Of course, it has the classic and only free lineup of Andy Fraser, Paul Rogers, Paul Kossoff, and Simon B. Kirk. Side 2 also recorded in Sunderland on January 7th. Side 3 recorded at Sunderland. Track 1 recorded live. Tracks 2 through 5 was recorded live in Croydon on September 13th. And side 4, tracks 1 through 3 recorded live at Croydon on 13th September. Tracks 4 and 5 recorded live at Isle of Wight Festival on the 29th of 1970. All tracks composed by Andy Fraser, Paul Rogers, unless indicated by. And of course, I believe this is also on Bernie Records. I like the glossy covers that they come in. You know, once I put these in outer sleeves, I probably will never take them out of there again. The vinyls will be easily accessible, of course, with the sleeves I use. But here is one of the covers, or the inners. Let's see here if we get this in here again. I will be putting these in different sleeves. I'm waiting on new sleeves to come from Vinyl Storage Solutions. New sleeves that are supposed to be probably the best sleeves that he's came out with. So I'm waiting and anticipating them to be here pretty soon. So these sleeves are just a little bit too tight. Freak. Live in concert, 1970. Let's see, get these back in here. So, there you go. Number 3. I bought one of these boots a couple months back. This one is also a Verni release. And this is Led Zeppelin live at the Whiskey Go-Go, January 5th, 1969. So very early Led Zeppelin here. The classic lineup, as always. But just a great bootleg here. This is a single album. This is on the red and kind of burgundy inner sleeve or inner label. So I think this is the 3rd Led Zeppelin boot I have. Last year, 19, I was really on a big Led Zeppelin kick. Trying to pick up all the originals on vinyl. I'm trying to get all the Into the Outdoor numbers, which are, I think there's 7 of them. A, B, C, D, E, F. I think G, maybe 6. I think there's 6. I have 2 of them. I have A and C. So I need B, D, E, F, and G. Led Zeppelin. One of my all-time favorite bands. If we can get this out of here. So, anyway, UFO. Live at the Electric Ballroom, Atlanta, USA, November 5th, 1974. Of course, this has Phil Mogg, Michael Schenker on guitars, Pete Way, and Andy Parker. So this is a classic lineup here. And of course, it has Oh My, Doctor, Bill for Comfort, Give Her the Gun, Space Child, Cold Turkey, Rock Bottom, Prince Kajuku. So a lot of early UFO stuff. This is also on Verni Records. There's the back. This almost looks like the Chrysalis label with the butterfly on there, of course, and the green, but it is the Verni label. So I'm happy to pick up some more UFO. Oh God, I wish I could feel better, guys. Not feeling very good. Who knows, maybe I contracted the coronavirus. Nah, I don't think so. Not up around this area that I know of. I don't want to go in there, guys. There it goes. So, UFO. Got 2 left. Excuse me. All right. I think Mr. Waters would like this one. I do have 3 or 4 of this band's material, and I'm talking about Genesis. Live at the Rainbow, 1973. Of course, this has the lineup consists of Peter Peter Gabriel, Tony Banks, Steve Hackett, Mike Rutherford, Phil Collins, all great musicians. Of course, Mike Rutherford went on to form Mike and the Mechanics. Steve Hackett went on to a solo career. Tony Banks, I'm not quite sure where he went, but I know he's still around. Phil Collins, of course, and Peter Gabriel. All very influential in Genesis music. So this has see now I just don't get it. There are 9 tracks on, they put it on 2 vinyl. Why did they just put it on 2? Anyway, recorded live at the Rainbow Theatre, London on 20th October 73, and this is a soundboard recording without overdubs, so it should be very good. This is also a Verni Records release as well. So, some Genesis. Let's see, the other one is the same, so get these in here. Anyway, hope you guys go out and vote today. I didn't. So anyway, Genesis live at the Rainbow. Last one here, guys. If I find these, I buy these. I snag them up left and right. Love the band. One of my all-time favorite bands. Iron Maiden. Live at Reading Festival 1980, and more rare early tracks. Of course, this has Paul Di'Anno lead vocals, Steve Harris, Dave Murray, Dennis Stratton, Clive Burr, and Adrian Smith. So, all tracks, side 1 recorded live at Reading Rock Festival, 23rd of August 1980, and originally released on Eddie's Archives CD box set in November of 2002, which I do have. I'll show you that. If I can get it. It's kind of way up there, but... Alright, this is the archive box set. I bought this many years ago. I think this thing goes for almost $200 now. But anyway, let's see here. I gotta take a look at this again. Let's see here. It might not be the, it has to be. Maybe it isn't. Might be wrong on that, but anyway, I do have this, which is very cool, so I was happy to have that. But anyway, getting back to this release, also on Burn. It is side 1, Prowler, Remember Tomorrow, Killers, Running Free, Transylvania, Iron Maiden. Side 2, Phantom of the Opera, Sanctuary, Drifter, Iron Maiden, Women in Uniform. So, This is black vinyl, 180 gram. So happy to pick this up. Of course, my music quit, and I'm done with the album, so I probably won't put no more on anyway. So anyway, so I don't like putting them back in there, but all right, let's get this in here. Anyway, Iron Maiden, live at Reading Festival, 1980. So anyway, guys, that is all I have for this mail update. I'm sure I'll have another one here, maybe another week, maybe end of the week. Hard to say, but if you got any comments, leave them below. And as always today, keep it heavy, and I'll see you next time. Take care, everybody.